Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to react to Vinland Saga Season 2 Episode 6. Now guys, the last episode we saw the coronation of Canute in England. He's the new king of England. I don't know whether Thorfinn is aware of this, and I don't know how Thorfinn ended up where he ended up. But apparently now they're leading completely different lives, right? Because before Canute was the peaceful one and Thorfinn was the violent one, and now completely different, right? Thorfinn is the peaceful one and Canute is the violent one, which is crazy, right? And he has Thorkel by his side, who's just bloodthirsty. So yeah, that being said, I ain't gonna applaud this that much. If you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, ring the bell for notifications, guys. Follow me on Instagram, jump in Discord server, and bitch, rough. But it's you, man, let's jump right into this reaction. Let's go. Yeah, we're skipping the intro, and let's see. Okay, are we back to Thorfinn or are we still with Canute? If I was a betting man, I would say Thorfinn, but I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, I was right. Obviously. Do you know how big those roots are? Very big. True.
Yeah, もう一度あいつらに掛け合ってみるよ。無駄かもしんねえけど。
So they need a horse.
お前らもダメなもんはダメなんだよ。
いや、でもパテールさんのお許しはもらってるんです。
パテール？はあ、あの奴隷上がりめ。とにかくダメだ。馬はみんな他の仕事に使うんだ。お前らに貸す余裕はねえ。お前ら奴隷は言ってみりゃ牛馬と同等なんだよ。馬のくせに土地借りて畑やるってだけでも十分生意気なのによ。
Jesus Christ.
てめえの体使えっての。こんなれもう。
How strange that a simple title completely disparages somebody from being their own self. Like these guys, yeah, they're slaves, but they're literally no different than this guy. But in this guy's mind, like, oh, you're slaves, you're nothing but cattle. Bruh, it's just a title, slave. Like, it's not, that's crazy what humans used to do and are still doing in some parts of the world. You just tell yourself, oh, he's a slave, he's not actually a human being, and then you treat him like man.
旦那に直接掛け合うしかねえぜ。どうでも馬は必要なんだ。切り株だけじゃない。耕すのにもだ。嫌がらせなんかに負けてやれっか。
でも旦那の力で馬を借りられたとしても奉公人たちの機嫌は損ねる。
そんでそれを旦那に売って自由の身を買い戻すんだよ。それには馬が必要なんだ。
He wants his freedom back.
お前は元気だな、エイナル。ろくなもん食ってないのに。
アホ！お前が元気なさすぎなんだよ。
Who is he?
何しとる？こっちじゃ。来い。話をするには遠かろうが。胸を踏むなよ。
Okay.
こんにちは。何かご用でしょうか。
名前は？
あ、はい。エイナルです。
トルフィンです。
Is this like the granddad, the master's dad or some shit? Like, is that what's going on here? Because this guy seems important, and that guy Snake, the head of the bodyguards, he was living here, so protecting this guy, and this guy must be important.
貸しちゃるか？
は？
馬じゃよ。いるんじゃろうが。
おじいさん？
スベルケルじゃ。さんをつけて呼べ。
スベルケルさん。この石拾いはいつまで？
石がなくなるまでだ。
Yeah.
俺、 手が止まっとる。
あ、すいません。
さあ俺も初めて会った人だからな。
Nah, he's living with that
本当に
snake
貸してくれ
guy.
んのかな。いいようにただ働きさせられてるだけじゃないのかな、俺たち。
Yep.
だとしてもそれが当たり前だろ。俺たちは奴隷なんだから。
True.
旦那の奴隷だろ。
Yeah, this old man is sus.
よし、頑張れ、頑張れ。そうだ、いいぞ。おばちゃん、かわいい。
Poor
よ
horse.
し、次だ、次。好きも貸してくんないかな、あのじいさん。車輪のついた重いやつがいいんだけど。
秋に何の種をまくんだ。
え、そんなん麦に決まってるだろ。
麦は秋にまくのか。
He doesn't know anything.
待て待て。じゃあお前畑仕事したことは？
ない。
Nope.
スベルケルさんが貸してくれたんですよ。
あ？誰だって？
スベルケルさんですよ。この先をずっと行ったとこの。
嘘こけ。ここにはスベルケルなんてやつはいねえんだよ。とうとう盗みやがったな。
あれ、うちの農場にこんな馬いたかな。
おいどれ、この馬誰から借りたって？
だから
ああ、そういやそんな名前だったかも。
おお、旦那。
Was I right? Is he the master's father? The old master? Yo, I'm telling you.
お前やっぱり嘘だろ。すっげえ気難しい人だ。馬なんか貸してくれるわけね。
Well, it wasn't for
ケテル
nothing.
様のお父上だよ。
I was right.
この農場で一番偉い人だ。
Ah, bro! They met the head of the family!
ストップストップ。また根っこだ。切り株は抜いても深いところね。
You know what this reminded me of? My grandpa, he's still alive, don't worry. He also has a big farm and all that, right? So when I was young, I went to visit him, right? And he immediately put me to work, of course, right? And I was young, I was supposed to cut the branches of a tree that had a lot of thorns in it, right? So because I was young, he gave me like, right, a tool. I was just doing it the wrong way, and all the thorns kept hitting me, and I got cut all over, right? And he refused to tell me how to do it the right way, right? So he just spectated me and right, talked shit like I'm dumb because I never worked on a farm before. He did so, like when he was 2, he knew how to do that. And I was like 12 at the time, and I still didn't know how to do that. So he was like, oh, you're spoiled, you're this, you're that, right? So when my mom came, his daughter, right? When she came and saw that I was cut all over, she like blew a casket. She was yelling at him. And he was like, I was waiting for him to get it, like to get the right way to do it. But he just kept hurting himself because he's a dumbass. So he trolled me in front of my mom. And I remember that. He was a grumpy old man. I mean, he still is, but we have a great relationship. But yeah, he's like that. He's like, you are gonna learn by example. Like, you are gonna do it until you get it right. He didn't want to help me, right? He wanted to stay there, make sure I don't get severely hurt, of course. But, right, he was there supervising, but he wanted me to think, use my brain, and come up with a solution, a viable solution to do the job without hurting myself. So this whole thing kind of reminds me of those days when I used to visit my grandpa. Now, he's old, so he doesn't work on a farm that much. We still visit it from time to time, but, you know, so it's kind of dope.
残ってるからな。仕方ねえ。今年は浅く掘り返そう。無理して借り物の隙を壊したら大変だ。
そんなに高いのか。
高いさ。俺の村じゃ8家族で1台を共有してた。
8 families.
大旦那のとこに1台あってよかったよ。奉公人たちは絶対貸してくんないもんな。
Yeah. We used to have a tractor when I was younger.
降ってきた。急ごうトロフィー。
Yo, this is great. Now I get why you're calling it Farmland Saga now.
話をそらさんでくれ。わしは父さんの体を心配しとるんだ。もう無理の利く年じゃないんだ。この前畑で倒れた時にはたまたま蛇がいたからよかったものの。
Yeah, okay, so listen, this is a common thing. Like I said, my grandpa's old now, like over 80 years old, and he still goes to the farm. And every time we go, somehow he ends up being on a ladder, like picking fruit. I'm like, are you crazy? If you fall, you're dead, bro. There goes your hip, there goes your... What the hell is wrong with you? And he just can't help it. He just needs to be constantly working because he was working for his entire life. So I get it. And you constantly yell at them like they're children, but they know more than you, so you can't really yell at them. So it's a whole mess. So every time we go up there, I end up being a babysitter, but he's actually doing a lot of work. And then 10 days later, he complains, oh, my back. Yeah, because you have muscle aches because you were like bent over picking up dumb shits, bro. Like just calm down, right? But he can't let me do it because he's constantly like, oh, you don't know how to move aside, right? He can't watch me because he's like, I know better. So that's crazy. They're like children, but I love it.
畑で死ねるなら本望じゃ。
Yeah,
大体その年で
exactly.
一人暮らしをすること自体無茶なんだ。力仕事もできんだろう。
いらん世話じゃなんとかなっとる。
父さ
Same as my
ん、一生
grandpa.
払んでくれ。父さん、あんまり勝手なことはせんでくれ。これらはわしの奴隷だ。
He helps them out more than you do, though. He's more aware. But what the old man said is true. Like, we don't think the same way, so we're not gonna get along. We're gonna start fighting if I come and live with you. That's just like my grandpa and grandma, bro. I'm sorry. Like, now they live in the city with us, but not with us, because they don't want to live with us. They live like 5 minutes from us, but they have their own places, right? So, right? Because they know that if they lived with us, or with my folks, I don't live with them, I'm in a different city, but I go visit regularly, right? Because if they were with my folks, they would get into arguments all the time because they do not think the same, bro. Generational gap and all that, right? But they still go to the farm and all that. But that's crazy. This is a well-adjusted representation of old people. They are stubborn, but they also know a lot. So you can't really treat them as
濡れたな。
children.
ついでじゃその服洗ってしまい。
He's gonna feed
仲
them.
悪いんだなあの二人。さて洗濯鍋はと。
どうした？
蛇だ。蛇がいる。
蛇？
What? Oh, he's there. He smelled the food.
飯作ってるだろう。
He smelled the
一人でこうだっ
food.
てそうはいかねえぞ。
起きよったか。
Yeah, he told him he's not gonna feed him if he doesn't help with the farm a few episodes back.
なんだお前ら俺に呼ばいか
若い女の家に入り浸って何が警備か。
若い女が盗まれないように警備してんじゃねえかよ
Yeah, right. But yeah, he does have a point. He does guard, right? If anything were to happen, he would take care of it. But the old man said something interesting. How can a grown man like you just eat meals like that without actually earning the meals? That's a fact. My grandpa also has that mentality. You need to earn your meals, and you do that by working as soon as you wake up. You earn the meal, then you eat. Nowadays, we're also spoiled, so we're like, oh yeah, we just take food for granted. But back in the day, hell no, bro. You're gonna work for that food, and you're gonna appreciate every meal, and you're gonna not waste food because, right? So a lot of different ways of taking.
口の減らんやつじゃ。
小言の減らんじじいだんなんだ何してんだこっち来て食えよ飯まだだろ
Yes, they are.
いいんですか？
食え食え遠慮するような飯じゃね
お前が言うな。わしらもノルドの男じゃ。剣や槍の心得はある。
Yo.
ああその年でチャンバラやるってかいう
ぬぼれるなヘビよ。お前以上の使い手なんぞいくらでもおるわ。
年寄りの体を心配してやってんじゃねえかよ
お前に心配されるほど猛録しとらん。
カッカすんなよまた倒れるぞおじいちゃん
Okay, this old man is old enough to know Thor's and to know the old king and maybe possibly know Thorfinn's origins, right? Because we saw the sword and yeah, this man's been to war.
実際あんたが何と言おうとな、この農場の戦力は規模に釣り合ってねえんだよ。俺の手下は13人、コソ泥相手で手一杯だ。そうだな、5、60人も兵隊がいりゃこんな農場一コロだぜ。
一介の農民に守りきれぬほどの土地を持つ必要がどこにある？
イヤリングからここまで何日かかると思ってんだ。実際に農場を守ってんのは俺らだっつうの。
大きすぎる富は災いを呼ぶ。
無視かよ。
富を増やしては失うことを恐れ、恐れを和らげるために金を使い、また稼ぐ。その虚しさにあのバカ息子は気づかない。
It's a never-ending circle of despair, trying to keep up.
ああ、やだやだ。ジジイは説教くせったら。
He's learning.
よかったな、でかい赤ちゃん。
Big
それやめ
baby.
てくれ。ダチ？
嘘。なんだよそれ、友達だろ？
I mean, am I wrong? Did you see those hands? We're friends. Did you see those hands? Those are working man hands, man. My man, keep putting in that work. Damn. Yeah, life is hard, bro. But that was a sweet ass episode. I really enjoyed that because it reminded me of my grandpa and the farm days and all that. But oh my god, that's so nostalgic. And yeah, you learn a lot from old people, and they might be stubborn and you know, but you can talk to them about anything. My grandma, bro, you can talk to her about it. She understands everything because she's been through all that shit, bro. She knows everything. And they're also very blunt. They don't care, right? So they're like no BS. They're just outgoing and you know, every time I try to, you know, pamper them, they're like, cut the crap. Like they don't care. Like no, right? They're blunt. I love that because it's rare these days. Everybody's just kissing ass and all that. So yeah, old people are great. I love old people. But that being said, interesting episode. Thorfinn learning a lot, and this guy called him a big baby, but I would like to see you in war because that's where he thrives, right? You've been working with this your entire life. This is new to him, right? And these peaceful ways are kind of therapeutic for Thorfinn probably. So he's like, yo, this is interesting, right? My man is invested in all this. I love it. But that being said, I ain't gonna prolong this that much. I really enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Love you. Enjoy. And bye.